Our first storyteller starts us off on a story where the timing was definitely wrong. Ajay Gallewale is a 14-year resident of Lexington. He's performed on WGBH's nationally broadcast Stories on Stage. He says he enjoys telling stories so much that he'd like to become a politician or a con artist, or both, which clearly there seems to be room. So if you will, please welcome our first storyteller up for the night. First on our stage, Ajay Gallewale.
It was December 21st, 2006. I had to catch up an early morning flight at Logan. I hate early morning flights. And like every early morning flight, I haven't had slept night before. I reached the airport and found out my flight is 3 hours late. I went to a nearby Dunkin' Donuts, gulped a cup of coffee. I was still half asleep. I was kind of a zombie. I went to the security line, just following the ritual, okay, just going there and then following these things. And I put my bag onto the conveyor belt, and then I put my coat on the conveyor belt, going through the metal detector, just like half asleep, what is happening there. Stop! 3 armed officers pointing their automatic weapon at me, and I think they are going to shoot me. Do you speak English? Yes. Put your arms up and don't move. I did what they asked for. I'm still trying to make sense what is happening, and from the corner of my eye, I found out the X-ray screening agent removed something from my coat pocket. It was a box cutter knife. It was my box cutter. But they are not looking at that. They are interested in something else in my front pocket. And they're pointing at me. They're pointing to a book inside my pocket. And they ask me, what is that book inside your pocket? Slowly remove with one hand. And then I started to understand what's happening. 5 years after 9/11, I'm at Logan Airport. They just found out a box cutter in my coat pocket. And they're thinking there is a religious book in my front pocket and I may be a terrorist. I slowly removed the book from my pocket. It was a Dunkin' Donut coupon book I just found out earlier. Half of them started laughing, the tension punctured, but they still continued to search me. They looked at it everywhere, they looked at my documents, everything. For almost after 1 hour, they handed me over to Massachusetts State Police for further questioning. So the state trooper started doing background check on me. He started asking me the question about where do I live, where do I work, where I came from. And I was really afraid what other questions he might ask. And I was praying to God, please God, don't let him ask me this one question. Why the box cutter knife was in your pocket? Because tell you the truth, I'm not exactly proud to tell the true story. The true story is just the day before earlier, I was putting mulch in my garden. I had opened the box of mulch with a box cutter knife, put the box cutter in my pocket, and totally forgot about that. I couldn't tell him that. Because then he will ask, you're right, this is New England, and who puts mulch in their garden in December? Can you even buy mulch in December? But I couldn't tell him that because I'm not exactly proud of that part of the story. I got the mulch in June, procrastinated for 6 months, and then December, I realized that when the whole mulch will be wasted if snow falls, and that mulch was very important to me. But I couldn't tell him that, because he would ask, why that mulch was so important to you and how much it cost anyway. Well, I couldn't tell him that because I got the mulch for free. I love everything that is free, and I got this mulch, and you know that one, because it did not have any price on that, it was priceless to me. But I couldn't tell him that because then he would ask me, where did you get a free bag of mulch? Let us say, I'm not exactly proud to tell you that part of the story. I got the free bag of mulch after a verbal fight with a store manager. But I couldn't tell him that because then he would ask, why you have to fight with a store manager to get a box of mulch? And I'm not exactly proud of that part of the story too. You know, I had a coupon that said you could get a free bag of mulch, and I tried to take it to the cashier, but the cashier refused to accept it because it was showing the coupon expired into the system. So I went to the store manager. He also refused. And then I told him, legally, the coupon does not have the printed expiry date, so it is still valid. And then I threatened him that I'm going to make a complaint to Massachusetts Department of Consumer Affairs, and so he finally gave me the box of mulch. But I couldn't tell him that as well, because then he will ask me, where did you get that coupon, where it gives a free box of mulch? I'm not exactly proud to tell that story. I found that coupon in the parking lot. It wasn't mine. While all this backstory was going in my head, I was praying to this thing, God, okay, something miracle happens, and the state trooper was putting out all this document, everything like that. Fortunately, suddenly his walkie-talkie rang, and he had to go somewhere else in the Logan airport. He has already got my information. The TSA has already cleared me, so they let me go. Since that day, I definitely have realized I am alive today because of the professionalism of TSA agent. I owe my life to them. They have a very difficult task to do. I still collect coupons, sometimes useless, sometimes priceless. I still procrastinate, but these days I make sure that I finish mulching by November. And I still hate early morning flight, but I make sure that when I leave my box cutter at home. Thank you very much.